Hey everyone, Coach Greg here. Welcome back to Living Empowered. Hey, today's show topic comes from a handful of my clients. This is real world stuff. That's why I like to bring this to you. It's about living empowered. And today we're going to get a little bit into some headspace. We're going to talk about living in the now. You're probably like, oh yeah, I've heard that, being present and all that. Yeah, we're going to get into that, but we're going to get into some different things as well to really allow you to get in and dig in and live for today. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you some examples, sad ones, but tomorrow's not promised. Tonight might not be promised. Right now is really all you have. So we're going to get into that. So get out your piece of paper, take some notes, turn on a recorder, whatever you want to do, get comfortable. And we're going to get right back at it. We're going to talk about some easy ways for you to jump in and live right now. So come join me right now. Be present with me right now. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Here we go. We're going to talk about living in the now. So if you're here now. So being present and being here now is focusing on where we are. I'm going to ask you to do something. If you got your cell phone, it's sitting right there and you're already glancing at it, flip it over, turn it on silent. Give yourself I keep saying the grace, the allowability, the permission to be here for at least for a few minutes with me. Let's talk about that. So I like to do the same. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to make sure that my phone is off. Boom, it is silence because nothing matters right now except this show and you. So we're going to live in the now. So how many of you guys, I always like to start off the question, how many of you can join me in these topics by saying, how many of you have focused or got lost focusing on things that aren't today and missed out on something that was? Meaning, okay, I'm worried right now. Usually it ties into worrying or overscheduling or overwhelming. Anybody in that category? Too many things to do. Start thinking about, okay, the bills due in 2 days. What am I going to do about that? Soccer games, next weekend, it's one day. I got to figure all of these crazy things out, and you miss out on what's going on today. So what's happening today? A couple of things we can do. This is going to tie into a previous show a little bit. I'm going to give you your first tip right from the get-go. So we've all felt like that. It's like, okay, I've got so many things going on. In today's society, there's so many things we all have going on. Everyone says, hey, how are you? I'm busy. How are you? I'm busy. What does busy mean? Busy to me is just filling up time. I'm productive is a great answer. Hey, I'm productive. I'm full. People say, how was your day today? I said, I'll say it's full. I try not to say busy. If I say the word busy, I will stop myself, say, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. What I meant is today is full. I have a full client lineup today. Today we're shooting the TV show with you guys. Today I've got another strategy meeting coming up. I'm going to go speak to some kids later, which is awesome. I love that. Helping these kids get on this kind of trajectory early on in life. So amazing for them. And rewarding for me as well. But how many of you are in that boat where you've always got so many things going on? Your answer is kind of a pat answer. It's busy. I'm busy. But that also becomes a habit, which we talked about last time, habits. So let's together join in and make an agreement that we're going to not say busy anymore. Okay, let's not say we're too busy. Busy means you're everywhere else usually but here. Because you're already, and then we're looking at our phones. Like I said, we're on the texting while we're talking. We're doing a bunch of other things. Your mind is racing. You got to pick up Johnny at 3. I got to get dinner on the table. I get it. I'm in the same way. I got to do all those things too. But how many times have you missed something? I'm going to give you an example. Kids are the best example. If you have kids, this is great. If not, I'll give you a couple other ones. But here's the kid example. My son's 14 now. So this weekend, they start playing games and they're into other things and the friends are always around. So your time when they used to be little and they're attached to you starts to spread, starts to drift. This weekend, for whatever reason, he's not a ball player. He said, Dad, we'll play catch this weekend. Want to play catch today? I said, today. I stopped I was doing a work thing. I stopped. I said, yes, let's go get our stuff right now. And let's go right now. And we went outside just 30 minutes. 30 minutes doesn't set me back a lot. I don't lose anything, but what I gained in the 30 minutes, I can't get back. What you gain by giving somebody your time, you don't get back. That's a very key point. What I got right in that 30 minutes was time with my son. No phones, no music, no distractions. It's just me and him outside playing catch. We actually had conversation, regular, real conversation. It wasn't, deep or nothing, but it was just us together, nobody else, and we're just tossing the ball. How awesome is that? But I took the time. My options were I could have said no. Hey, you know what? I'm really busy right now. I'm doing some work stuff. I'll get back with you later. And he would go, oh, okay. And he would go off and he'll end up doing something later, and that time will be missed. So really what we're talking about living in the now is also not missing out on what's happening now. Some of these things aren't going to happen again. We have a Thursday night football. Have you been listening to my broadcast? I'm not shy about saying it's our first year ever. It's his first time ever playing football. He doesn't play all the time. Sometimes he's part of the backup crew, which is great, but we're there supporting because the one time that he gets in, do I want to miss that? No. Do I miss out on something else here? Not a lot. My clients are great people. Everybody kind of shifted around. They get, hey, you know what? I'm a family guy. I'm going to be there because I'm never going to get this time back. I'll never get the first time freshman football back. It happens once. So do I want to miss the once? No. Can I miss it once in a while? If something comes up. If it's important, sure. But it's got to be really important because these things only happen once. So I'm living in the now in that situation. So ask yourself, what's happened in the last day, 2 days, week think of a situation for you that you said, you know what? I was too busy for this person. It could have been your significant other, could have been your kid, could have even be if you're a pet person, you have no kids, it could be your dog. Your dog's like, hey, let's go for a walk. You're like, no, I'm too busy. I don't want to go. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I want to watch TV. Dog's like, okay. The dog will sit there. I had a dog. He's like, all right, I'll wait. He was awesome because he loved me no matter what. But with the human beings, you know what? You keep putting things off and you put them off. You don't take that time now. The time goes away, and sometimes the desire goes away. Sometimes with that too, a relationship can go away. Well, that person's not necessarily interested in me or hanging out with me. These are the feelings that people will bring to their party, whether it's true or not. They'll bring them in. They'll say, you know what? They'll stop asking. The kids, if your kids ask you repeatedly to do something, you're always too busy, or you got to be here, you got to be there. You're stressed out about something else, or the phone's ringing, you got to be interrupted. That's time with them that they're going to, after a while, they're going to go, you know what? I'm not going to ask anymore because they're not worth it. They're not giving me time. Let me give you a key tip. I'm a little all over today because this topic's just, there's so much to it. And there's so many poignant things with it that I'm going to kind of be sliding back and forth. But here is a huge, huge, huge tip. Biggest one of the whole thing is the greatest gift you can give somebody else is your time and your attention. Think about that in today's society, your time and your attention. How often have you been at a meeting? I don't know if you're a business person or not, or you're sitting there with a girlfriend or something else and you're trying to have coffee, but they're looking at the phone. Ding, ding, ding. Look at the phone, look at the phone, look at the phone. Or they're just talking about themselves and they're way over here. You want to share something. Oh, that's nice. And then, or they're interrupting you to speak. Maybe you're the interrupter. Self-check. Is it you? Are you the interrupter? Do you let people speak? Do you not? Ask yourself that. Do a self-check. We all have to do that. Every time I'm in a conversation, I had to learn that, especially for business. You have to let other people speak. Let them speak. Learn about them to help them. If I can't let you speak and I don't listen, I can't learn about you. And when you start talking to people and you start learning about them, it's actually quite amazing. You learn some amazing things about people just by giving them time and attention. But that is the greatest gift you can give somebody. And we all have the gift to give. We all have the same gift to give. We have the same hours in the same days to give somebody that gift. So it is really as a priceless item. So I've been to lunch with people who, they're talking about themselves, they're doing the thing, and they ask a question, and as soon as you start talking, they're just like doing that, looking at the phone. I stop talking to see if they're going to notice or not. I'll just wait. I'll wait. I'm not being a jerk. I'm like, if you didn't even notice that I stopped talking, and then they start talking again, like, you are not present in this dual conversation at all. You're not here. You're not present. You're not living in the now with this conversation. It could have been a good conversation. It could have been a business thing. Who knows what it was? It could have been a bonding moment. Whatever it was, that person's not present in it. I've never been to lunch. I'm thinking of one specific example. This guy did this. Oh yeah, great to see you today. Let's have grace before dinner. That was all good. We had lunch. You say grace before lunch. I'm big on that. But you know what? We did that. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. So we started off good. He's talking to the waiter, the waitress, whatever. And then he's talking about himself. And then he starts eating. He's not paying attention. He's fiddling with his food. And he, kind of asks me a question, but then he's clearly not listening. Checks his phone, does something else, and starts talking again about something different than what I was just sharing with him. I'm like, wait, I'm sharing with you. I don't typically just babble to babble. Unless you're here training, then I'll distract you on purpose with stories, but that's different. At lunch with somebody, if we're sharing, you know what, I want to have meaningful time and I want to respect your time and hopefully you respect mine. But this went on this way. So I'm like, okay, look at the time. I got to go because this was just like, I am wasting my time here because I'm here, I'm present. He's here eating and that's about it. And sharing about himself only. I'm like, okay, that's great. Thank you very much. Check, please. I'm out of here. So, he wasn't present. He wasn't living in the now. And for me, as I'm learning the things that are important in life, the time you spent, the people you spend your time with, make those as important as you can. That's part of you living in the now as well, is choose. This is a choice. You choose who you want to spend time with. You choose who you want to let in your square. Some people, we don't have a choice. You need to let the people around. I get it. There's the people you have to spend time with. Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's other, but limit it. Limit it, limit the grief, limit the aggravation if that's there. Be as present as you can be in the moment. Maybe that changes them too. Maybe it doesn't, but be present for yourself. And then when you're done, cut it off and move on. But value your own time, value your own space, and value yourself. Value yourself. You're worth being valued. And living in the now is part of that. Recently at my son's school, very, very, very sad situation. A young man was a senior. Very quickly, he had an illness, something happened, and before you know it, he was gone. He passed. A senior. So his family's left, without him. His friends were like, oh, it just total shock. But, if you're thinking, oh, you know what, I'll go see him next week. We'll chat next week. Hey, we'll go to lunch next week. Hey, you know what, I'll talk to him later. I'll see him tomorrow. We take those things so much for granted that tomorrow's going to happen. The same people are going to be here. This particular young man left a huge void. The school's rallying together, but it's still very painful for a lot of people. And then if it's painful for the people that were already close to him and around him, but if you had also been like, oh man, I wanted to talk to him one more time, or I wanted this one more time, there isn't anymore. It's gone. So, living in the now, speak to the people you want to speak to. If you're thinking about somebody, bring them into your now. Make them part of your day. It doesn't always have to take a long time. Shoot a text to somebody. Hey, just thinking about you today, but be present in that moment. I'm just thinking about you today. If you got a minute, let's chat. Talk to them for a couple minutes. That's good. At least you made the connection. You gave them your time. You gave them your intention. You gave them your attention. And that's valuable. People love that. It's so much missing. Oh, hey, yeah, let's get together. Next week goes by, nothing. Next week goes by, nothing. Next week goes by, that person could be gone. That week's gone. And then they're gone. That's happened to too many friends of ours. Too many to count. It's horrible. But it's a glaring fact that, and I teach these to the young kids too. It's a little bit of a kind of a sobering comment, but everybody that's on this planet gets up in the morning, leaves and goes to school, you go to work, all of that, everybody leaves, but not everybody comes home. Think about that. Not everybody comes home. It happens. You see SIG alert here, something happened at a school, something happened at a work, something happened somewhere. Not everybody comes home, and you don't know who that's going to be. You don't know. But if you're living in the now today, it also allows you to live without regret. Regret's a deep, heavy thing. I had that for a long time. Let me share mine. I regretted doing some things. I'm not going to get into the details. I just share that I've had it. That's why I can have this topic is I've had it. The regret, it hangs on you. It eats you. It turns in from an emotional, it turns into a physical thing. It sits in your belly. it eats your belly. You'll feel sick, you feel nauseous. It pulls you down mentally. It can pull you all the way down the depression chain, into a dark hole. But regret's a deep thing. So help yourself, help the people around you, teach your kids how to live for today. If they're distracted, if you're having a family dinner and half of them are on the phone and not paying attention, if you want their attention, take the phones. Just do it. Let them be upset. We've done that at our house. Like, why is everybody on the phone? Everybody's phone's off. Oh, okay. Whine. But have a conversation, have a game, make something entertaining, something to pull everybody together, that now you're all being there together. Games are an amazing way to pull people together, whether adults, be it kids, be it a business thing. It helps people focus on, because most people are a little bit competitive, but it helps you focus on a community thing together. And you're all focused right there, because if you don't want to lose, you got to pay attention to what's going on. And what that does is that your worry disappears for a few minutes. You're concerned about the next bill that's due. You're concerned about the project that's due. You're concerned about maybe a rough relationship or something that's going on. All of that's kind of at arm's length for a little while. And you're in this moment now. You're here. You're in the now with these other people, engaging, participating, and you're living. It's part of it's a trained mindset also. It's really hard to not think further ahead. I still do it. Every morning I have to get up and reprogram the head. Every single morning has to start with that. I start with a meditation or prayer sequence, all of those things. But part of it is to get me into that moment for that day. And here's another piece of this is gratitude. I'm grateful for now. I'm grateful for today. Right now, I'm grateful for you being here with me. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have this Living Empowered show to share with people. I'm grateful for these things, but that helps me be here now. I got a list of stuff on my to-dos, but that doesn't matter now, because I'm here and I'm with you. And hopefully you're taking something away from this today on how to live in the now. So again, like I said, if you're at mealtime, play a game, ask some questions, do something fun that is engaging. Pull your family in with you. Pull them in. Make a no phone zone. No, everybody phones over here in the corner. Phones are off till dinner time. TV's off, phones are off. One of my coaches challenged me that. Just like, turn the TVs off. Turn all the TVs off for 2 hours at night. Shut them off. Turn the phones off. Now you're either going to talk to everybody in the family, you're going to play a game, you're going to read a book together. Whatever it is, it's not that. It's not the electronics. You're not getting pulled away, but you're here together. And that's such a huge thing. And it's amazing how much you bond and how good you feel when you do that. It pulls you in the now, and you think, that was an amazing moment. They said that my son played catch with me this weekend, and he asked me. That was the coolest part ever. I'm like, boom, dropping everything. I don't care what's going on. Dropped everything, and yes, we're going to go play. So those moments, that's a moment I'll never get back. But I'm so happy that I did that. I had to work later that night, but I didn't care, because I had that moment earlier in the now. So by the time I got to my next now, I wasn't thinking, I'm still working. I would have still been working at night. I would have worked through playing with him, but then I would have missed that part if I was not in that particular now. So I chose that. I chose that now, and I got in it. It wasn't like, yes, and I'll bring my phone and I'll kind of step away a little bit. No, we left everything in the house. Both of us, no phones, no nothing. We just went outside. We don't care if anybody's calling us right now. Nobody needs us. We are in this moment together. So I challenge you to do that. Find out what your now is. You can, so part of this too is make a list for your day. What do you need to do in that day that's going to get done? Prioritize. Okay, my top 3 priorities for today or tomorrow. Hopefully it's the night before. Do this the night before, so in the morning you're already prepared. You know where you're going. It's not a scramble drill in the morning, because usually mornings are scramble drills. If you have kids and lunches and breakfast and schools and drop off, it's a scramble drill, unless you're really dialed in. But make your list. Make your top 3 things. You know where you're headed that day. Okay, I'm going to do this and this and this. Put them on a calendar. Okay, this time to this time, I've got breakfast. This time to this time, I'm taking kids to school. This time to this time, I have a meeting. This time to this time, I have, headspace time, learning time, meditation time, whatever it happens to be. But give yourself that time. At this time, I'm meeting with this person. But so that way, you know what's coming up next. You can be prepared for those things, but keep it focused on that day. If you don't get things done, move it to the next day. But that's to the next day. It's not today. Okay, this needs to be done by Friday. But if that's not part of today's top 3, push it off. Push it off. You'll still get it done, but push it off to tomorrow. And don't worry about it today. Think about it tomorrow. I just said, don't worry about it tomorrow. I said, think about it tomorrow. Take care of it tomorrow. Taking worry out of your day helps you be present in the now also. So a couple of things here. Gratitude, for one, thinking about being in the now, attention to now, awareness of now, distractions, eliminating distractions helps put you in the now. Think about worry. We've all been worried. Again, worry can happen, sneak up on you in minute by minute. It can be hour by hour. It can be not at all. If you're not a worrier, awesome. If you're a perpetual worrier, it's a skill. It's a skill. Here's something about worry. Faith and worry do not coexist. I'll say that again. Faith and worry cannot coexist. If you are being faithful, if you're a religious person, that's your God, your deity, whatever it is. If you're faithful in the universal energy to help you progress, get something done, whatever it happens to be, great. If it's yourself, great. But if you're being faithful about something, you cannot worry about it at the same time. Those emotions are conflicting. It's either one or it's the other. I'm either worried about, say, paying a bill, or I'm grateful and faithful that I know that it's going to be paid somehow by whatever it is I'm doing, by who knows why, but I'm faithful that that will happen. So I don't need to worry, so I can still be focused and present in what I'm doing, and that'll get taken care of on its own. Yes, you still need to give it attention. I'm not saying ignore it. I'm saying, but be faithful about it. Faith is a massively strong and powerful tool, and it also helps you live in the now because it helps eliminate the worry. So really living in the now is eliminating these other factors that pull you away from the now. Busyness pulls you away from now. Worry pulls you away from now. Stress pulls you away from now. Just general lack of attention and focus pulls you away from now. So to truly live in the now, put your phone down, leave it there, designate your phone time. If somebody calls you need to talk to them. Every time it rings, every time my phone rings, I don't look at it. Because if someone's name's on it that pops up, I'll answer it if it's important. If not, I'll let it go to voicemail. If they don't leave me a voicemail, they didn't really want to talk to me very bad. It was probably a junk call anyways, but that could have interrupted my being in the moment with somebody or something else. So I let it sit. I'll take care of it. It's still going to be there in 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's not going anywhere. If it's an emergency, my family knows to call me twice. So there's a system right there. It's good. So that's one piece. If you feel yourself sliding down the worry hole, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And now your mind is massively distracted. I guarantee it. I've been there so many times. Your mind is massively distracted by worry. Just take a moment, have a moment of quiet time with yourself. If you're a religious person, have a prayer moment. If you just want to have a meditation moment to clear your mind, have the meditation moment. There's tons of stuff online. We got videos too over at Empowered Fitness. So check them out. There's mindfulness videos. There's meditation videos. They're all short. They're short and easy. If you have to, get up and do a 4-minute workout or something. Just clear your space, clear your head. Oddly enough, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have 4 minutes. Yes, you do. Because the 4 minutes that you take to clear your head, to get yourself back on track, is going to open up a lot more minutes down the road that are clogged up by your worry and your stress. I guarantee that. I know it. I've been there too many times. Still, sometimes it happens. And my coach has got to go, whoa, reel me back in, because it still happens. You know, it's a practice. It's an art form. We're not perfect beings. We got to practice these things, and having a great system of people around you to help and support you is awesome. So if you feel yourself, you know what, hey, oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. I'm worried. I'm busy. I'm this. Call somebody. Call me. Text me. My info is all over this thing. So call me. Say, hey, coach, what do I do? I'm scrambled. That's why we're talking about this, because I've had a bunch of client conversations recently kind of in the same space. Either they're not living in the now, they're living in yesterday, and my health is this and this and this. And what are you doing about it now? That's always a question. What are you doing about that situation now? Well, I'm really overweight. My blood pressure is going up and my A1C is going up. Okay, understand. Got it. Now what are we doing? What are we doing now for that? Well, I was just going to go to lunch with my friend and we're going to eat at the burger place. I'm like, stop. If you're going to worry about those things, let's live in the now. Let's make a better choice. Make a better choice for now. You can start fixing that now, not later, now. So I say tomorrow is not a day on the calendar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. are days. Tomorrow isn't, and tomorrow's not guaranteed. We already talked about that. So start making your changes now. Start focusing on now. What are you doing right now that needs your focus? Like right before I was setting this up, I was thinking about, an email list over here. I got to do this over here. I got to speak tomorrow. I'm like, stop. All that matters right now is you guys in the show. That matters now. So I want to be here. I want to be present. I want to deliver you a good message. So hopefully this is a good message for you. So again, employ some of that. Take one piece of that helps you focus on today, be it the phone, be it the scheduling, be it the recognizing the word busy, change it for something else. Oh, my day is full today. It's full because I've scheduled it full. I've chosen to schedule it full. Busy runs you. Full and scheduled, you run it. We all have the same hours. It just depends on who's managing their time better, who's doing what they want to do, what they choose to do in the power sense versus who's having it all done to them. There's a big difference in there. Is your time managing you or you managing your time? That matters. So choose one of those things. Be grateful for today. Be grateful for those little moments. Take those little aha life moments when they come up. Live in the now. Live when your kids say, hey, Mom, can I do this? Will you do this with me? Yes. Just say yes. Yes, you will. It doesn't matter what else is going on. And you know what? You may find that that's exactly what you needed at that moment. You're stressed out. You're crazy. Your kid says, hey, sit on the floor and color with me. You're thinking, color with you now? I don't have time for that. Maybe you do. Maybe that's exactly what you need. Maybe that's the little shot that you need. Day in that moment, enjoy it, embrace it. Remember, you get those back. You don't get those back. When today is gone, it's gone. You get it back. You learn from it. You can dwell on it. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's gone. You can't change it. It is what it is. It's history. It's gone. So today, this moment forward from right now, what are you going to do with the rest of your day? I was doing the same thing. Okay, I'm going to go, and the rest of my day is going to look like this. As far as I know, be prepared for life to knock you over. It's going to change. As soon as you got the perfect day, life's going to go, oh, no, it's not perfect anymore. That's okay. Make the adjustment, make the shift and go, okay, I'm not there. I'm here. This is my now. I'm going to keep going and be empowered. Be empowered that way. We always talk about living empowered. That's living empowered. Make that adjustment. Don't let it knock you off, and then live and embrace every one of those moments because they may be gone. People come and go. Sadly, that's life. That's the reality of life. People disappear too early, unexpectedly, and it's sad and it's hard, but it happens. You never prepared for it to happen. But if you've done all you can do to live, in the moment with that person, to be engaged with that person, to share that, tell them you love them, be part of their world, let them be part of your world together, together, that's a full life still. Whatever that lifespan is, make it as full as you can. Go fill up your today with goodness. Go fill it up with gratitude. Go fill it up with love. Share it out with somebody. Even if you go, Coach, I don't feel like it today. I'm angry. I'm grumpy. I'm okay. I get it. I've been there. But you know what? Just choose one of those things right now and go do it. And see if that mood starts to change. See if it flips on you. You are in control of every one of those emotions. Yes, you are. You say, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I tell myself that. I get thrown back in my face sometimes at my house. Hey, you're in control of that. I'm like, oh, darn it. Yes, I am. I know it. So, take control of those. Be empowered with those and make your day today amazing. Make it empowered. Live it to the fullest. Because remember, tonight when your head hits that pillow, this day is over. It's gone. What did you do? So I want you to think about that tonight. Post up. Leave us a comment. Leave us, send me an email. Say, hey, Coach, here's what I did today. It was a great day. Thanks. I get some notes a lot. Hey, listen to the show. I was inspired by this. Thanks for just reminding me of this. Thanks for reminding me of something else. That's what it's really all about. Just sharing, be reminded of. So feel free to send me a note. I'd love to hear those notes. I love, there's a lot of stuff comes from my client. This is real life stuff that I want to share with you. So hopefully you got something out of today. My goal is you always take one thing away from you today that you can implement in your life immediately when this show goes away or when we turn it off. Rewind it, watch it again. Find your favorite part, watch it again. Find what resonates with you. Keep sending me the emails, the texts, whatever you want to send. That way we can keep sharing. I want to talk about the things that matter to you guys, that help your lives, that help you live empowered. Stay tuned because we're going in the kitchen with the coach next. I love cooking with you guys. We get a lot of great feedback on that as well. Also, when our commercial comes up, if it's the Empowered Fitness commercial, click on the QR code. There's a free glute guide or ab core guide in there for you. Free guide to work those abs, work the glutes. Who doesn't want the hard abs and the hard glutes? Yes, please, I'll take that. And it's totally free. So check that out. Until next time, stay tuned with us, Cooking with a Coach. But until our next conversation, keep living empowered. Hey everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Coach. Today we're jumping on to the bandwagon. I'm not usually a bandwagon guy, but this one's really cool. This is the mason jar salad bandwagon. We're jumping on this one because I get a lot of people that ask me about salads. Are they good? Are they not good? What's the best way to pack them? You can't really do it and make it not soggy even in a couple of days. And really staying on track with your food and your eating is being prepared. Usually it's a hard way to make a salad ahead of time. You always have to assemble and scramble if you're running late for work. The kids are running crazy. You're like, I don't have time, whatever it is. This is a great way to have it pre-packed, ready to go. You can keep these, they say, I haven't checked it yet, 3, 4, 5 days because it's sealed and condensed and everything's not getting soggy. You can keep these for a few days ahead of time, so you are pre-packed, ready to go. Again, no more excuses. I went and had fast food because I didn't have any good food, or I went to this restaurant and had this 2,000 calorie salad. Check the restaurant, by the way. There's a restaurant, I'm not going to call them out, but if you look at the burger page that shows the calories and you look at the salad page that shows the calories, some of the salads have more calories than the burger page. You wouldn't think that was true, but that's what we call a salad bomb, because the salad's not always about everything's salad healthy, salad not healthy a lot of times, because when you get too much, we're going to put some ingredients in here that are a little on the yummy, delicious, questionable side, but too much of the creamy dressing, extra cheese, croutons, bacons, all of that stuff without the vegetables and things as fillers, you now have a salad bomb. That thing will get up to 2,000 calories in a hurry. And as you probably know, that's too many calories for most people in a day. And you're hitting it in one sitting. That's the worst part, because as if you've ever been out with one of my discussions, you're going to only process what you eat at that moment. The rest of it you store. You're going to store it here or back here, but you're going to take it with you. So when you're eating, think about that. If I overeat this whole meal, how much of it am I taking with me on the go? Because it's going to stick with you. Okay, anyways, on to the mason jar salads. These the ideas came from Pinterest. I put a little different spin on them. This stuff, again, is always to taste. Whatever you want for taste, whatever tastes good for you. If you don't like a particular ingredient, say you don't like onions, sub it out for something else. A little extra, put some artichokes in, put a little extra mushrooms in. But it's always what you like for taste. So we're going to start with a 32-ounce mason jar. You can get these at the convenience store, the red and white circle store. We won't say their name, but you can do that. We're going to make 2 of them for you today. First one we're going to make is the spinach. I'm going to refer over here because I've got to go in the right order. Part of this is about the order in which you put the things in the jar. If you put them in the wrong order, you're going to end up with a pretty soggy salad. So the trick with this is you're going to put the dressing in the bottom, because that way it stays away from the vegetables at the top. That doesn't get them all yucky. So first one we're going to go with is the spinach salad. Now you can make your own spinach dressing, which again is time consuming, not time saving. We're going for all these things as time saving, convenient recipes for you. Excuse me while I shake this up real quick. These are all time saving, money saving, super delicious recipes for you. So we're going to go on the premise of that. Now, dressing is always a to taste thing. So we're going to go with a couple of tablespoons. I'm going to use poppy seed for this one. We're making the spinach salad, I think I mentioned. Whoa, hello. And that's how you end up with too much dressing on your salad right there. It blurps out. If you're dumping it on your salad, it blurps out, hits your salad. You go, oh, well, I'm just going to eat it anyways. That's what most people end up doing. And they eat way too much dressing. And a lot of times that's where the calories come from, are the heavy dressings. Now I'm going to put a little in here because there's a lot stuck on my spoon. Now you go for just a couple of tablespoons on this, ought to do it. Again, if you want a little bit more later when you mix it all up, you can do that. But as long as you are controlling the amount of dressing that you're putting on it. I teach in my nonprofit to the kids. I say, dip your fork in the dressing, then stab your salad and then eat it because you still get the dressing flavor. And it's amazing. You can have a container, like a side of dressing. And when you do it that way, you'll eat about half, maybe 2/3 of the dressing. Whereas before, you probably would have dumped the whole thing on, maybe said, ooh, hey, I need some more dressing, and dumped another one on because it gets lost in there. So that's a great way to do it, is dip the fork in it. And this way, also, you're controlling it. We're just putting it on the bottom. We're measuring it, and we know how much we've got. So we're going to start with that. We're going to go red onions as well. I'm going to grab my, oh, no, I'm not. I'm just going to do this by hand today. Yes, I wash my hands. I'm good and clean. Onions are a thing to taste. So however many you like, this is probably 1/3 of a cup or so is what we're going to put in here. Again, whatever you like. Now, this is grandma measuring. You know, by now I like grandma measuring. It's a little of this, it's a little of that. If we're baking something, you got to be on point and dialed in. When the way we're doing these other things, we're going to do it our way, to our taste, how we like it. We're going to go hard-boiled eggs. I like the protein, so I'm usually going to add a little bit more egg. I'm not afraid of the cholesterol with this. We got this really cool little egg chopper. You can just cut them up, slice them up however you want to do it. My house is full of these cool little things like this. One slice through, it's like slicing bread. And look at that beautifully sliced egg. That bad boy is going in there. In total, it's going to lay right in there on the onions. A nice little bed. Oh, delicious. That took the longest of anything. 10 minutes to hard boil an egg. Super easy though. Eggs, we're going to go mushrooms. Okay, now again, this is all stuff that's either pre-sliced or pre-packed at the store also. Again, for convenience. These are whole pieces. If you like them this big, you're welcome to leave them that way. Or you can chop them. We're going to put a little chop on ours because these are ginormous. So we're going to at least cut them in half. Again, while you're chopping, watch your fingers. Again, 1/4 cup, half cup, probably half cup of the mushrooms. These are good for you, good for your digestion. Good in total. I'm not a huge mushroom fan, so typically I'm going to trim mine back a little bit. But these are big enough that if you've got somebody that you're sharing this with, you can pick them out if you have to. That's kind of how things go around here sometimes. Like you just make it and you pick out what you don't like. And that's just the way it goes. So we've got some mushrooms. Just throw one little guy in there for extra kick. So here we go. We got dressing. We got our onions. We got our eggs. We got our mushrooms. What else goes into this? Oh, bacon. Here's the flavor part. Okay, and I just whipped up some bacon again. It took me like 10 minutes. It took me about the same amount of time to just whip up a little bit of bacon as it did to make the hard-boiled eggs. About 10 minutes for both. So we're going for the super fresh. I do like a little bit lower sodium, less nitrates on the bacon, make it as clean as possible. There's a couple stores around that do have the bacon this way. So try to add that. We get so much more sodium than we think we do. That's part of the heart disease problem in America, is we're getting more sodium than we think. So about a 1/4 cup right here. I'm going to put that in. That was 3 little small pieces. Remember, bacon's just kind of a additive flavor thing. So this is not a bacon salad. It's putting it in to add some more flavor. There we go. The bacon is in. We've got everything on here. Now, the good part, spinach. Okay, we've talked about lettuce a few different times. The darker the lettuce, the more nutrient-filled it is. If you're eating iceberg lettuce or some super light lettuce, it's not going to have a lot of nutrients in it. And really, at that point, all it really does is it serves to hold whatever it is that you're putting in your salad. It keeps the dressing like glue and just puts everything on your fork and in your pie hole. The spinach, on the other hand, as you know, Popeye ate his spinach. What's he got? He got some guns. But spinach is full of nutrients. So check that out. This is a great one too. And spinach isn't a heavy flavor. So if you don't like the bitters, I don't care for the bitter leaf salads. You can use those, not use those, but the spinach is a great one. Lighter flavored, mix is nice. You can use it raw, fresh, saute it. You can throw it in smoothies. You can sneak it by your kids in smoothies because they won't taste it. If you put a little bit in and it doesn't get too green and freak them out, you can sneak it in because the flavor is awesome. So here we go. So I've just jammed this thing full of spinach. I'm gonna put our lid on this one. This one has a little lines on. You could write the date on it that you made the salad. But check this out. Here's our salad. So here's our spinach salad. We got a poppy seed dressing. We got a little bit of red onions down there floating around in the dressing. The eggs on fresh, hard-boiled egg on top of that. We got mushrooms, fresh chopped mushrooms on top of that. Fresh made, low sodium, low nitrate bacon on top of that. And then our giant amount of spinach on top of that. So now this is sealed up super good and tight. So I'm going to put this in the fridge till somebody grabs it and eats it. But you're basically ready to go. So tomorrow you think, oh my gosh, what am I having for lunch? Oh, I made the salad. So you're ready to roll. Okay, that's one salad down. We're going to put that one right there, not in front of everything. I'm learning as I go. Don't put everything in front of the camera. All right, I'm going to back that one up. We're going to go on to salad number 2. Okay, that was spinach salad. Now, if you're like our house, you love the Italian salads, the antipasta salad. This is one you got to watch for with the extra salty meats or the extra fatty items. Be aware of what you're eating and how much of it you are eating as well. So let's grab mason jar number 2. Get that one ready to roll. I'm going to switch out dressings here. We're going to go for the house Italian dressing. It's one of my favorites. I like the house. It's got a little bit extra creamy to it. Again, you can go to a light dressing. You can go to your favorite kind of Italian. You can make an Italian dressing if you're feeling that ambitious. I wasn't. Again, we're going for quick and convenient. So again, a couple of tablespoons of dressing is about your usual serving. And especially when we're going to put this much, and again, it's squeezed on me. So when we're putting this much lettuce in these things, we definitely want to have, enough to cover. I like enough to cover. And again, what you're going to do with the salad when you're ready to roll, I'll tell you that in a minute. All right, here we go. This one's going to be fun. We're constructing some fun stuff here. This again, okay, just tip to my buddy Guy Fieri. Again, Guy, if you're watching my show, call me. Tip to the hat. This is Flavor Town right here. This, because a lot of the ingredients that we're using are marinated in something tasty with Italian seasonings and herbs and things like that. So dressing in number 1. Number 2 for this one, some tomatoes. I'm just going to go with the little mini season package in your grocery store. They'll be in the vegetable section. So just a half dozen tomatoes or so are good here. Again, I am not a regular tomato fan. They do have their health properties. I just don't like them. But I will eat the julienne sun-dried tomatoes with herbs. This is money right here. So I'm going to throw a few of these in here in just a minute because that's what I like. I can work around these, give them to somebody else that's near me eating. So number 2 is tomatoes. Number 3, we're going to go artichokes. Oh, as we're knocking stuff over in the kitchen. Sorry, honey. All right, artichoke hearts. Again, marinated. So anything that's marinated also allows you to use less dressing because if all your veggies are flavored, they're spreading the marinade and the flavor to the other veggies and to the lettuce. So you need less dressing. It's a great thing. So keep that in mind. So don't think, oh, I need as much or more dressing. Again, I'm going to chop these up a little bit. I like them a little bit smaller so they blend in a little bit. There we go. Scoop that up. When you're scooping, be sure to not stab yourself. That kind of ruins the salad making. All right, a little bit of artichokes for flavor. Gonna rinse on that one. That one was messy. All right, artichokes for flavor. Here we go. We got dressing, tomatoes. Number 3, artichoke hearts. Number 4. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Little mini mozzarella pearls. Now, you can get a regular block of mozzarella, kind of chop it and cube it, drop it in there that way. Mozzarella is one of my favorite cheeses. We've had this discussion before if you watched the pizza episode. Digestibility, the mozzarella is an easier digestible cheese. So that's something that I like. Also goes good with everything, blends with just about everything. So I'm going to put, let's call it 4 or 5 of these in here just because they're tasty. So You get some decent protein. You are getting the fat because you have these are marinated, and it's cheese. So you've got that in there. All right, there we go. Ooh, mozzarella balls, moving on. Ooh, olives. Olives are becoming one of my new favorites. Again, decent flavor. I go simple, sliced black olives, nothing fancy. They add a nice little bit of flavor, and the olive oil has so many healthy properties for you. Heart health, heart, skin, joints. It's all the oils and such. It's the good oil. It's like olive oil. All right, so again, I'm going to go about a quarter cup of hand measuring here. Deliciousness. There we go. Olives are in. We're going to go from the olives, mozzarella balls, olives. Oh, number 6, red onions. Okay, so a little bit of offset to those. Again, we're going to go with a little hand scoop of the red onions, a couple of tablespoons worth. That should be just enough to flavor. Don't overpower your salad with onions. That kind of wrecks all the goodness of the other stuff. I get a little bit for flavor. Okay, here we go. Here's the fun stuff. Here's the protein meaty part. Now we're going to put in here, I got some hard salami because we're making kind of the Italian antipasto salad. So I'm going for the hard salami piece right here. Let's do a quick rinse here. Get that off of there. I like to keep my tools clean, my space more or less clean. Make sure my handle's clean. Okay, here we go. So a few slices of the hard salami. Again, just cut as much as you want. I like the bigger pieces so I can kind of find them in there. There we go. Perfecto. There we go. I'm going to break them up as I put them in. Just let them separate in there. Excellent. Salami. The hard salami, again, a little bit better than some of the others, but salami's still salami. So don't overeat it. If you're watching your heart, you got some issues and things, keep it to a minimum. Again, I'm all about living, but also if you need to be paying attention to stuff for your health, I do. So I cannot eat a lot of this. I don't eat a lot of this. If I do, I make sure that I'm kicking in extra antioxidant foods, vegetables, and a little extra training for sure. Keep that heart pumping. All right, I'm not going to even use all that. I'm going to use what I got there. All right, I'm going to put in here also a low sodium, low nitrate, and ham as well. So we got that little ham and salami. Again, you can put in turkey, you can put in chicken, you can put in whatever kind of meat you like. It's an Italian salad. We went a little traditional with this one, but still the same rules apply if you're watching the fatty meats. This one's a little bit more on the lean side as well. So if you shop a little bit, you can find the hams that are more natural. You want to stay away from the processed stuff. Anything that's processed is basically going to kill you faster. Just think of it that way. It's kind of a harsh statement, but you know what? It's true. That's why our society now is heavier, more out of shape, more heart disease, because we eat a lot of processed foods, a lot of high sodium, processed fats. All of those things are not helping your body. So lower processing. If you happen to have a ham at home, if you happen to make one for something, anytime you can save some slices, throw them in the freezer, and then repurpose them for things like this. It's amazing that way. Again, because you're controlling your ingredients that way. You know what's in it. You know how it was cooked, all of those things. So anytime you can control it is always better. Okay, we're looking good. We got olives, salami, ham. Okay, now you can go pine nuts, no pine nuts. That's a little extra crunch if you like to do that. I don't have any at the moment, but I just as a side note, you can add crunchy things like that into the salad. You also notice that all the good things we got going on here, we're already getting halfway up this jar. Now here we go. It's romaine time. So like I said before, the darker lettuces are the better lettuces. So I stay away from the iceberg. I'm going to go strictly romaine on this one. I'm going to pack this one. Again, in the store makes this stuff. It's all pre-washed, pre-chopped. You can get chopped romaine. You can get leaf romaine, however you want to do it. But we're going to just pack this thing full now. This is the fun part. You pack them full. This is plenty of food for a sitting. You may or may not eat. Wow, I'm making a mess. You may or may not even eat all of this in one time. This is a pretty decent sized salad. It's going to be an antipasto. It is delicious. I cannot wait to eat this later. It's going to be good. You know me, I usually like to eat what I'm making, but I'm going to have to store these and come back later for these. So again, I packed it full. There's a lot of lettuce in here. Packed it full. All of the lettuce is in there with its friends. And here, Put a nice good seal on this thing so it stays tight. Again, this is going to last, 4, 5, 6 days. Our dressing's at the bottom, so it's down here, so it stays away from all the things we don't want it to make it soggy. So you bring a salad home, or you make a salad, you make it a dinner, you put some dressing on it. It's done. It's sad that you got to throw it away. I come from a family of don't throw your food away. So you're either eating the whole thing or you're going to eat it the next day, like it or not. So with the salads, we don't do that anymore. So the dressing's all down there. It's down here actually marinating in with the cheese and the olives and the tomatoes. We forgot to put on here. I mentioned it and I totally forgot, and I'm putting them on the top. Sun-dried tomatoes. It's the money piece. Ooh, if I can get it open. There it is. There we go. So a little extra flavor will not hurt my lettuce. It's just going to sit right there on top because I want to have a couple just to enjoy. These are delicious. Almost forgot those. I knew I forgot something. There we go. I'm going to put them on top and close this thing back up. There we go. No harm, no foul right there. There we go. A little bit of those. Now you can add pepperoncinis in here. You can add, jalapenos. You can add anything if you want to spice this up. Any vegetables or really that you like to taste to add to this is fair game, fair play for you. But this is a really, really good salad. Super tasty, controlled ingredients like we talked about, and super on the go, simple for you and your family. So there you go. We just made 2 salads, and now we've been online here for about 20 minutes, but I'm talking and we're hanging out. But if I'm jamming through this thing, I got these done in 10 minutes, give or take. I cooked some of the ingredients, but even that, let's call it 20. But I could have made 3, 4, 5, 6 salads, depending on who I'm making them for and how I'm making them, but could have jammed through these things, made a bunch of them, and be ready to go. So today happens to be Monday or Wednesday if you're watching. But either way, you got salads for the next couple of days, salads for the weekend, salads for everybody. So if your wife likes this one, your husband likes this one, your kids like this one, doesn't matter. Everybody's got one and they're good to go. You controlled your ingredients. You know what they're eating. You're prepared. You are on track. That is a self-victory. We're all about the little victories. So you go and make these salads. Again, give us a comment. Let us know what kind of salad is your favorite. I saw some of the Pinterest, is a black hole of recipes. You can get lost in there forever. There's a lot of amazing things that they make with these mason jars. Now, if you have a favorite recipe, do let us know what it is. Give us a comment. Send a request. I'd like to hear what your feedback is on this. Again, these are amazing. And as always, thank you guys for watching. So until next time, be fit, be strong, be empowered. Thanks for watching us on Living Empowered.